How to get your links to your products in TekMatix. Now, there are two types of links that you might give out to your customers or your users to access your products or services. One is a direct checkout link. This basically bypasses any landing page you may have, or if you don't want to create a landing page and you just want to take people straight to a checkout, the first thing you can do is create a checkout link. The second thing you can create is a link to a particular landing page or a funnel page. So first thing I'm going to do is show you how to get your link if you're just creating a direct checkout link for a product. And this can be for any product. It can be a physical, digital product. It can be a course. It can be a recurring membership. It can be a bundle. Or it can be the second thing I'll show you, is then how you get your link if you're doing a funnel page. So let's do a direct to checkout first. So we're going to assume that you've created your product to begin with. To do that, you go to sites and courses, click on memberships. This is where your courses area is, and click on products. Just had to pause for a coughing fit. Okay, so once you're in your products area, this is where you can add any courses, digital products, physical products, anything that you're selling at all. So from here, once you've created your product, you actually then need to create a checkout for it. So let's see if I've done one for this. Actually, I'm going to create something new, just for the sake of demonstration. I don't want to have any checkout links for this already. So let's call this product demo product one. In fact, actually, let's give it a proper name. How to make a cup of tea ebook. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be a particular product. So in here, I would change the category to the right title, and I'd add in all of my different lessons here, all the different course content. Never record videos at 6:30 in the morning. Now the kids are coming in. So we're going to assume that you've added all of your content, you've uploaded your files, and you've got your product basically in here. Now, make sure, it's really important that you have got all of your modules set to published and you've got all of your lessons set to published. If any of these are grey and say draft, then your students aren't going to be able to see or access any of this stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is create what's called the offer. The offer is what creates the checkout for your product. So we're going to go back to memberships and products. So once you've created the product, now go to offers. Offers is checkouts, is the best way to explain this. So we're going to press create an offer, and I'm going to call this the same name as the product I've created. This is going to be just the name of your checkout behind the scenes. So this is going to be called How to Make a Cup of Tea ebook. And then you're going to match this checkout with the product. So it's basically saying what product belongs inside this checkout. So let's go and find our How to Make a Cup of Tea ebook. And let's pretend that my price for this is, sorry, I had to pause again because another kid came in. All right, so we've connected the name of our product to the name of our checkout, and we're going to set a price for this. Let's pretend I'm going to price this $7, right? Just for the sake of example, make sure this is turned on. This payment mode must be blue. Blue means on. Gray means off. Okay, we need it live or our checkout's not going to work. So we press create, and now we can edit our checkout. Let me show you what a checkout that is completely blank looks like. They usually look something like this. I'll show you another real checkout if I've got my Black Friday offer here. So this is where I've got my Black Friday deal. I've got the buy now button, and this takes people straight to my checkout on TekMatix. So again, I'm just going to show you this in action. Really, really simple checkout page. It's just got the thumbnail of the product, the name of the product, and one single line. Now, this is not a landing page, it's the checkout, okay? So first of all, they put in their name and email address, they press submit, it takes them to the next page. I'll actually just show you what this looks like. It's always easier to show than tell. So Sarah at sarahcorden.com. I'm going to pop in my name, Sarah, press submit. And from there, it then takes them to the actual checkout where they put in their credit card details and press buy now. Now, here's what I love about this system is that if I decided not to buy, or my kids come back in again and drive me crazy and I click out of it, right, or abandon cart for any reason, you now have my email address at least. You know that this product, I wanted to buy it and I abandoned the cart. You can actually set up an automation behind the scenes to now follow up with me and say, hi, first name, I noticed that you didn't buy the Black Friday deal, but you wanted to. And you might be able to offer a special discount if they get it today, and so on, right? This gets really clever with marketing. This is what a completely blank one with no image or anything on it looks like. So this is really useful, guys, if you're using external landing pages on a WordPress website, or if you want to use the landing page builder or website builder inside your TekMatix account, and you want to just have a buy now button like this that takes them straight to that checkout where they can give you the money, then this, what we're doing right now is creating this checkout in this step. So products, and then offers. So this is where we are in the offers section, creating that checkout that I've just shown you. First thing I'm going to do, switch it to published. Always remember to do that. The brief description here, this is what shows up here. So when you type in a description there, that is where it comes. Now I recommend, because this is a checkout and not a sales page, it's not a landing page, just make this short, make it really, really simple. And you need to also bear in mind that when it's on mobile, it will be squashed a little bit like that, okay? So it would just be the thumbnail, the title, the description, and the checkout box. Don't be writing huge, huge sales pictures here. Wherever you've sent them from should already have sold them the product. It's just the checkout page. So don't get all cute and fancy schmancy on here. All right, so this is where you add that thumbnail image for your product. I recommend that depicts the product as closely as possible. What is it I'm going to get? That's what going to help me put in my details and press submit over here. Yes, you can change the colors and stuff, okay? Then down here, let's move my big old head out the way. This is where you add in any other products that you might like to include. So if someone comes along, goes to this checkout, buys this thing, is there anything else you want to throw in there as well, just to make it look like you're an awesome person? So this is where you might add in, oh, I might add in this book template as well, so that they get a nice surprise. This is where you can do really cool offer stacking. Let's say you're doing a special offer, and on your sales page, you're like, and if you get this thing today, you're also going to get this and this and this. That's how you make sure that when they buy that thing, they also do actually receive this and this and this as well. All right, so it's a really cool way to create bundles or memberships. So we can press save. And then I also just want to point out, by the way, if I click on edit price here, this is where you can set one-time payments or recurring subscriptions, meaning a monthly charge. So if you set this up as a recurring subscription, this will charge the person's credit card details each month if you've set it to monthly, okay? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's all going well today. I'm not going to go too much into that for the moment, because this really is about how to get your links. So let's say you've done all that, you've pressed save, set the right price, you've got your image in there. You're then going to press get link, right? And get link, this is going to give you, first of all, a bit of a gobbledygook link. You probably don't want to share that. I mean, does it matter? Not really. I certainly have the pretty link for my my landing pages, but when they click on the checkout, it takes them to the checkout, right? Nobody cares what that bit is up there because they're here to buy the thing and they've already seen the landing and the sales page, which does look pretty, okay? But if you do want to have a nice pretty link, here's what you're going to do next. So you've got your link to your checkout. And by the way, let's have a look at what this looks like without us having to put any images in it whatsoever. I'm just going to go and paste this into another tab. This is what we've just created, right? So we've got our how to make a cup of tea, hopefully. There we go. I'm actually having a sip of a cup of tea right now. So here we go. How to make a cup of tea. Boom, $7. I can put in my email address here, sarah@sarahcordner.com, stick in my first name, press submit, and hopefully it should now ask me to pay $7 on the next page. There we go. So that's all working. I can now go and buy that ebook. And we've not done anything pretty, of course, which we can if we want to. But the point is, within 9 minutes, we have created a really simple checkout that we can email to people, we can post on social media, we can put into embed buttons to buy now on landing pages, and so on. It's functional, it works. But we want to make that link prettier, because it's a bit in there. And if you do want to use that link publicly, let's tidy it up. This is where you go to URL redirects up here on the top right hand side, and you're going to press add a redirect. What this does is this actually creates a pretty domain name. Now go and see our other videos on how to add domains. You can add as many domain URLs as you like to your TekMatix account. There is no limit, so you can have multiple businesses with multiple domains. So once you've connected those domains, and there are tutorial videos on how to do that, they will all show up here. whether it's a subdomain like learn.tekmatix.com or a full A record name like tekmatix.com. You can connect both. So I'm going to choose which domain I want. And the / bit is what comes after your domain. So if I wanted this workshop to be tekmatix.com / how to make a cup of tea, then the / here would be how to make a cup of tea. But we don't want it to be that long. So I'm going to make mine tekmatix.com / make tea. It's nice and easy to say. And then what type of redirect is it? I'm going to make this a URL redirect. And the URL is, this is where we're sending them. The target is where we want them to end up, is the checkout. Okay, so we're going to choose the domain, choose a path that we want at the end, and then set the destination where these people are going to end up as the checkout we've just created. Let's press add redirect. So now we've got learn.tekmatix.com / make tea. Now that should also send people to this checkout. So let's test it. Always test. www.learn. Oh, I can't even spell. learn.tekmatix.com / make tea. Now, if this site can't be reached, I spelt it correctly. Maybe not the www. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to put www there. Boom, it now takes people straight to that checkout. So I could now go and do a Facebook Live or a TikTok video or a YouTube video or a blog post, or go onto social media and just write a written text and say, hey, my brand new course on how to make a cup of tea is out now. Just go to mywebsite.com / make tea. And it will take people straight to the checkout. Woohoo, money. So that's the first way of getting a link. Either just using the straight to checkout link under the offers section, which takes them straight to the checkout, or creating the pretty link to go with that, which is adding a redirect. Now, the next way is to get a link using the funnels or the websites. So step number 2, adding a link to a funnel or a website. How do you get that link? Where do you get that link from? First step, guys, you do have to make sure that you've connected your domains. So remember, in the TekMatix course, that is right up front and one of the first things we get you to do. So do go to the tekmatix.com / learn course that's completely free. It does walk you through the step-by-step. You also can check out our YouTube channel as well. It has a whole section on websites, a playlist on websites. So you would do that in settings, you connect your domains there. You must have your domains connected for this to work. All right. Now, funnels and websites. The main difference to this is funnels is pre-built steps where you can take people through stages to upsell, thank you page, whatever. Websites are whole entire websites that have been pre-built for you as well. Now, let's get our head around the idea here that whether it's in the funnel section or the website section, all these are landing pages. They're pages on the internet, web pages. Let's call them web pages, right? Because a sales page means you're selling something. Landing page means that's where they hit first. But they're all web pages. So whatever marketing speak you want to use, funnels and websites, they are web pages. Website is simply a collection of web pages. A funnel is simply a bunch of web pages put in step order. So you can actually you can go to the funnel section or the website section to pick yourself a landing page, sales page, web page, whatever you want. But we're going to, just for the sake of this example, I'm just going to pick out a funnel, okay? Let's pretend I'm going to pick something from the beauty salon. Now, by the way, you can build funnels completely from scratch, or you can use any of the template funnels that are in here. Let's pick, I don't know, I'm just Chic Smart. Let's pick Chic Smart. So you can go and have a look at all of these, by the way, by pressing the little pop out button. Let's say I really like this for my Make a Cup of Tea course. I can, of course, go in, edit the page, and go through and change, customize, change the colors, change the fonts, do whatever I want. Go and check out one of the videos on how to use the page builder to make everything look beautiful. But for the sake of our adding on to our demo, before I showed you how to create just a direct to checkout link. In here, I want to show you how to get the link to this whole page, but I'm actually going to also add in how to turn this button into a button that takes you to the checkout. So remember I showed you my Black Friday page over here. We've got our landing page. We've got this button. When they click on it, it takes them to the checkout on our TekMatix account. So I'm going to just grab that URL for how to make a cup of tea. All right, so grab the checkout URL. Now, there are lots of different ways you can do this. You can embed checkouts on here directly. So if I wanted to embed a checkout URL, I can actually go to add a full width section, add a row, one column, and inside there add an element, and the element can be a checkout. All right, so here's a 2-step order form or a 1-step order form. Boom. Let's do 2-step. Sweet. Now it will add a checkout to the page directly there if we did it like that. That's one way of collecting money on your landing pages. Now I'm going to delete that because in this example, I'm going to show you simply how to just make it connect straight to your checkout that you've created under offers. So let's click on the button. Whatever you click on here, the editing area shows up on the left. Move my head out of the way. So we're going to click on this button, go to this editing area on the left-hand side, scroll all the way to the bottom. And first of all, it gives us the option to change the text here. So get the tea making course now. And then I might put in here $7. And then in the button actions, this means what happens when somebody clicks this button. Where do we want to send them when they click this? So we're going to just press link to a website URL. What is the URL? The URL is the URL to our checkout, and open in a new tab. Press save. Now, it will always say to you, do you want to make your page kind of SEO? Ooh, what's going on over here? SEO friendly. Basically, as soon as you publish a page from your TekMatix account, it's going to start indexing on Google straight away. You know, Google's going to start being put through the internet system for Google to be able to find it. If you leave this blank and you don't give it your page a title, you don't give your web page a description, you don't give your web page any keywords, you don't put an image to it, it basically is going to be very, very hard for Google to index this or bring it up in any search results, because all pages are matched to search results based on their title, their description, their keywords, right? So if you actually want to have a page that is not in, people are going to really struggle to find it. You want it to be private. Just leave this stuff blank. You don't need to fill that in. If you want it to just be hidden and non-indexed, but obviously I assume most of you will want it to be indexed. So, by the way, that's my phone beeping. That's course sales coming through right now. This is how good being online is. That beep beep. Every time it beeps, that's a course sale. So how to make a cup of tea. Obviously put description, any keywords on here. The image you pop here, that should be the image that really clearly describes what your product is about. Basically, when you share this link that we're going to take you to in a moment to your social media profile, share it online, you know how normally it comes up with an image preview and a title and a little description. That is basically what you're creating here, is that Google preview, if you like. So I'm going to press save on that. Now, getting the link. How do we get this link? Let's say we've made this all look beautiful. It's exactly how we want it to be. Woohoo, there's our how to make a cup of tea thing. Now what we can do, by the way, preview, always press preview. Let's see what this looks like to the public right now. So at the moment, we haven't made a custom URL, but we have, if we click here, it should take us straight to the checkout now. Somebody says buy now, and give it a second. Boom. There we go. It is taking us to the checkout. So our button there is working. Now I'm going to take you back here and show you where you actually now connect the domain that you want to connect to this particular product. So we're going to press on back over here. So now we want to make this, instead of like a bit of a gobbledygook URL, we actually want to make it a really nice URL. So we're going to click on settings right here. This is where we can name it. So how to make a cup of tea. What do we want the path to be? This could be, remember, we can't use the same path we used for our checkout. So our checkout was make tea. I might call this tea making. Okay. The reason why, if it's the same URL as our checkout, the system's going to go, that doesn't make any sense. You can't have one URL for two completely different destinations. So just keep that in mind. The last path we created was to a checkout URL. This is the URL to a web page. Then it will say, what funnel do you want to connect this to? So remember, which domain? Remember when you added all of your domains, down here, the drop down will show every domain you've connected to your account. So I only have this one in this particular example. Okay, if you've connected your chat widget, which is inside Sites and Courses, chat widget, if you've created a chat widget, you might want to turn that on. That means that the chat widget will pop up on this particular web page, which is really good, especially if you're selling a product or a service. If people have got questions and that chat widget pops up, it may be that they can overcome an objection very, very quickly by having that chat box. Now, by the way, you don't have to be sat on chat all day, every day for this to work. It comes through to you as an email. So don't freak. It's just a really great way to create engagement and communication with your prospective buyers. I'm going to press save. Now, that will now make that particular page connect. So some paths are updated. That's fine. Just press OK. Now we have this page. If I go press preview, and I haven't connected it yet. So I'm just going to go back to the steps. Now we can either press the settings here for this particular page, or we can go to publishing. Doesn't matter which one. So you see at the moment, that's the URL I've got. I can click here to edit that. To make a property path key making 8-step. All right. So we should now press preview. Nope, still not loaded. 1 second. No, there's an error here because that didn't save for some reason. It should have saved and updated right there. Let's just press it from the bottom here and just see if we can go to key making. Cool. All right. Now I also just want to add a product here. Inside this product section, so we're on this particular page, under products, add a product. This is where you actually connect the product that you created to this particular page, so that when somebody actually comes along and buys this product, it will automatically be access granted to them behind the scenes. It will be on their dashboard automatically. You don't have to connect this at this particular stage. You can go in and create an automation so that after they've paid, the trigger of that automation is they've purchased this product and now give them access. So there are a number of different ways you can give people access to the product. One is directly from the page here after purchase. One is in the workflow afterwards. But there we go. I'm just going to now cross out and delete each of these other pages because we don't want these other funnel steps necessarily. Okay, so I'm not going to delete all of them, but I just press the cross button here, delete all of the other steps if I only wanted that page. Now, please make sure you duplicate this funnel before you delete all the steps, because you may want to use these templates later on, because all of these are different funnel step templates. Let me go to overview, that you may like to use in the future, especially if you've used this design for one of your pages. These may be designs that you're going to want to use as templates later on because they all match and they're all designed in a very similar way. They go together, okay? So I'll just show you how to do that. I'm going to go back to the funnel section. There's my how to make a cup of tea funnel. 3 little dots there, press clone, and that will create a full copy of that funnel that I can use later. So then once I've cloned it, I will go in and delete all of those funnel steps. So there. So there we go. If you go and press that share link button or preview, it will take you to your new landing page. So it now has ourdomain.com/t-making. That is now the URL that I would go and share with my audience to bring them to this page. If you've got any questions, send them through to support@tekmatix.com. You can book a free 15-minute call with any of our tech experts to help you do this if you're stuck. And don't forget to join our Tech Toolbox sessions that run weekly as well. If you have any more questions, like I said, send them through by email. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, happy teching.